All right, Mike, it's the middle of game week before West Virginia University football opens their 2023 season, and that means it is no better time than to talk basketball. Wanted to take a minute to get your quick thoughts now that the school year has started and presumably, maybe, possibly, the WVU men's basketball team is done adding players to its 2023-24 roster. Right off the top of your head, Mike, what is your overall view of what happened over the last couple of months and what this roster looks like right now?
I'm pretty impressed for a couple of reasons. They lost some quality players. There's no doubt about that. And they still late in the game found some quality players. So to get an A Cook, that's significant, I think, to me. And more toward the point that not just he's a good player, but I think he's going to fit the way they want to play it. They're going to run, I think, a little bit more. We heard Josh Eiler kind of quizzically, not with great depth about things he wanted to change, and it's going to be pace and tempo on offense. But also, you put him next to Jesse Edwards in the middle, that's going to be a pretty salty interior defense, and that's been something that they've lacked, one player, two players for a while. So that's fun, I think. So again, quality players, Slazinski, A. Cook. We'll see about Noah Farrakhan. My other thing is that the answer is a lot more emphatic if Raekwon Battle is eligible. Like if we know that. And that's just what we don't know yet. So that's one thing. And then the other part about this is, too, and this is a Josh Eiler, Jay Kuntz thing. One, credit to them, and maybe more especially Jay, but also the whole staff for getting players to come in, the quality players. That was a hard sell, and they did. But also, like, Josh Eiler really could have said, you know what? I have to get as many chips in the middle of the table this year. This is my life, right? I have a shot. I have a lifeline. And just went out and got the best one-year players and the most individual talent that he could find. And maybe he didn't, because Farrakhan, we talked about Ofri Nave, and then some players have multiple years left. They can actually do this for not just 1 year. Jeremiah Bembry, similar situation there. So not just a 2023-24 thing, a bit of a future glance by the new interim head coach there too, and didn't have to do that, but he did. That was impressive to me because it was a big picture and not a big prize. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but he did not forsake the future for the present. And for me, in his situation, that's pretty impressive.
Let me finish it with this question. I'll give you the ins and the outs. 30 seconds, Mike. This is post the whole Bob Huggins situation. And I'm going to ask you, is West Virginia University men's basketball better off in 2023-24 before or after the roster I'm talking about, that situation? In or out after that, James Okonkwo, Mo Wagi, Joe Toussaint, Trey Mitchell. In, Cook, Bembry, Farrakhan, Slazinski, and Nave, and they kept Perez and Risa, but those guys were already there, so we can't count those. But the first five, your thoughts?
Can you not count them? Especially they went in the portal, right? So they
Yeah.
got them, right? So I count that. And again, I think the fact that they didn't lose it, that's a good thing. They added players. Like I think it's close to a push, but I like what they have now better. I like their personnel and the way it fits together better. And just the Mitchell a Cook thing, those are not the same players, so it's hard to make that comp. They're not the same players. I think that there's a better chance that this team will play the way that Josh Eiler and the staff wants it to play, because Josh Eiler and the staff went out and got the players to fit that style.